This is one trip where the wow moments don't stop. Welcome to Antarctica.
I am going to Antarctica, and honestly, I can't even talk about how much this is amazing. It is a dream come true, and I'm going with my younger sister, so I can't wait. Let's go explore the white continent.
I didn't fully understand Antarctica before I got there. I thought it would be cold and beautiful, and it is all of that, but it's also something else, something harder to explain. It feels raw, untamed. In order to really enjoy Antarctica, it all starts with your packing. I imagined cold, so I brought big warm sweaters and bulky warm clothes. If I could do it again, I would bring 1 or 2 big sweaters and the rest in layers, thermals, warm long sleeve shirts. Our boat gave us a warm jacket to wear for the trip, and honestly, I ended up taking it off a lot on land, so layers will definitely be your friend. Antarctica isn't the easiest place to get to, and Antarctica trips don't start on the ship. They start in Ushuaia. One piece of advice I would give is arrive in Ushuaia early, like a few days early. Ushuaia is the gateway city, and that's where timing matters. Canceled flights to Ushuaia happen frequently. The weather in the region can be unpredictable, and one canceled flight can really mess up your plans if you didn't give yourself extra time. You might even miss your boat. But if you arrive early, you can give yourself options. You can rebook, you can regroup, and you can stay on track for your departure. And the best part, Ushuaia isn't just a waiting room. It's a great place. If you have time, get out and do some of the hikes. Marshall Glacier, Laguna Esmeralda, and Terra del Fuego Park are some amazing hikes in the area. I'll admit, my boat footage isn't the greatest, but what I can tell you is the experience over the Drake Passage isn't just travel. It's part of the journey where you start understanding what you're about to see. During the crossings, the expedition team will give you many optional presentations. Talks about Antarctica itself. Not just facts, but how the ecosystem works, why the wildlife behaves the way it does, and how everything connects. And once those talks are happening, you start noticing the ocean from the ship. Seabirds showing up, patterns you wouldn't catch otherwise, and the feeling that you're moving through the real Antarctic world, not just to it. For me, that made Antarctica hit harder because when you arrive, you're not just staring at wildlife. You actually get to recognize what you're looking at. One thing really cool about our boat too is that actually it has an open bridge. So during safe times, you can actually go into the bridge and see how it works and see how the captain is navigating. One thing I always get asked is, how was the Drake Passage? And for us, the Drake Passage was actually relatively easy. We were very lucky and our Drake Passage was very smooth. However, I would recommend taking seasickness medication. After 2 days of crossing the Drake Passage, we wake up in Antarctica Peninsula and we wake up to the most incredible sunrise. To be honest, this was probably the only sunrise we saw. Every time we went outside, it would be 10 p.m., 10 a.m., didn't matter. It was bright and sunny. Now for what everyone wants to see, the wildlife. I remember the first time we started seeing wildlife for real. It was truly magical. Let's talk about penguins first. On this trip, I want to highlight 3 different types of penguins you'll probably see. First, the chinstrap penguins. If you look closely, you can actually see a thin dark line marking that gives them their name. Second is the Adelie penguins. They're a little less obvious at first, but once you notice them, they stand out in their own way. And third, the Gentoo penguins. These are the most common penguins, but they are my favorites. They seem curious, active, and they're always moving through the sea with confidence. And then there are the seals, another group you'll almost definitely see. We saw fur seals and leopard seals. They were either resting, watching, or just working their way along the waterline. And every time you see them, it reminds you that Antarctica isn't just a backdrop, it's alive. And you cannot forget the whales. The whales were so close to us that you could actually reach out and touch them from our zodiac. It was so magical to see all of these humpback whales. Now here's the part that most people don't realize until they're actually on the ship. You don't just get to step on land whenever you want. You do it through zodiac operations, and you're divided into different groups. Our group did the zodiac operation first, and we were called the leopard seals. The point of this is to get to see wildlife up close. You get to see penguins and seals and get really close to the icebergs. But depending on the plan, some of the groups will do landing first to experience the penguins on shore, while others will go do the zodiac first to get closer to the icebergs and the seals. This is intentional. They limit how many people are on land at a time because Antarctica's wildlife and habitats can't handle heavy disruption. The goal of exploration is limited impact, so the animals keep doing what they do and the land stays undisturbed. And then there's the real heartbeat of the trip. The weather controls everything. And that is why you get nightly briefings. Every night, you'll be told what is the plan for the next day. But even when you wake up, that plan might have changed. Conditions can change, animals can change. We actually had a landing canceled because the landing port was actually occupied by many fur seals. So we weren't able to actually make landing. So the plan adapts and you adapt with it. And honestly, the flexibility is what truly makes it feel real. If you're thinking about going to Antarctica, I hope this video helped you feel prepared, because the biggest lesson I learned from this trip is that planning smart is just as important as being excited. If you want more travel videos like this, make sure to subscribe and comment where you're planning to go next. And if you've already been to Antarctica, tell me what you saw that I didn't get to. I'd love to compare notes.